Our 2020 did start in 2019.
Adversities such as the COVID-19 pandemic and an international racial reckoning have come to define 2020. But for the villagers of Ocracoke Island, the peril began on September 6th, 2019.
It was a huge wake-up call for a lot of people. Nobody expected this. I mean, to say it's unprecedented, I'm so tired of using that word in 2019, 2020. But it was an unprecedented flood that nobody saw coming.
Hurricane Dorian swept over the island, bringing floodwaters higher than ever recorded.
I mean, the tide line markers alongside the village craftsmen are clear that the tides have gotten consistently higher.
Amy Howard and David Tweedy, like nearly 20% of the island's residents, are still waiting to move back into their home, more than a year after the storm. COVID-19 inevitably made rebuilding harder, and everything takes
longer.
5 times as long to get done. To be patient with the COVID situation when we're being patient with Dorian as well, it's challenging.
Right as the islanders prepared to embrace tourists in March, COVID-19 literally shut them down.
What does it feel like, that blow after blow after blow?
Yeah, it's been really depressing. I mean, I think a lot of people are just really still hurting.
But eventually, Ocracoke's remoteness and expansive beaches paid off.
I think COVID has increased Ocracoke's
tourism
desirability.
Yeah.
Still
in the hustle of tourism season, the recovery goes on.
There are people whose homes flooded, or their businesses flooded, or both. School teachers whose classrooms flooded and their homes flooded, and most of their students' homes flooded.
Sunday Horn runs the Ocracoke Current newspaper and says that these hurdles have also made the changing facets of life more clear for people who call the island home, including her.
I don't want you to tell me how to fix this house up perfectly. I want a 20-year fix. Because I don't know that I or anyone else is going to find Ocracoke to be the place that we can live in 20 years. Because of climate change.
Maps show Ocracoke Island and Hatteras Island eroding, growing farther apart. Even small hurricanes and nor'easters force the state to redredge ferry routes and plow sand off of Highway 12, leaving the island inaccessible.
I am worried about the long-term viability of the road, about getting here.
If the road disappears eventually, or if they don't fix it, or if they have to switch so that it takes a longer ferry ride to get here, we might have to look at how are we going to morph ourselves so that we can still live here and be viable.
Even if living on the island means waiting more than a year to rebuild and elevate your home.
Ocracoke has constantly changed.
And many Ocracokers are willing to take on more challenges, environmental and economic, to hold on to the place closest to their hearts. In Ocracoke Village, I'm Peyton Tysinger.